will take you down. Sub-Zero!
Remember our oath. Yes. But you are an enemy of the Lin Kuei.
It was very early in the morning that I got to the hospital, and I was there until 4, and they had tried to call me that morning saying there'd been a change. I was no longer going to be one of the lead cast. They had gone another route with it. So they were trying to find me, and I was in the hospital, again, pre-cell phone, with no way of communicating with them. I was out. They had me on antihistamines, hooked up to all sorts of stuff. When I finally got out and got a hold of my voice agents, they told me that they'd been looking for me and that the gig hadn't gone my way, kind of thing. And then a few weeks later, they called me up and offered me the role of Smoke, which was 1 episode. Again, brother, this is quite some time ago. I don't think I've even seen the episode. And to answer the question about what I've had this voice for a very long time. When I used to answer the phone as a child, people thought I was, my dad or something like that. So when it came to just voicing Smoke, they just said, just use your normal voice.
And Jeremy, in terms of you mentioned you went for one of the original cast members in Defenders of Earthrealm and Mortal Kombat Defenders of Earthrealm. In terms of research or your agent getting involved, what did you know about the sort of project? Was the agent that, listen, we've got this animated voice character we want you to try out for in this new sort of cartoon sort of TV series you mentioned was one of your first gigs? In terms of Mortal Kombat, did you know anything about Mortal Kombat when you went to, obviously the audition, obviously you got a sick before the audition, but in terms of research, or did you know anything about Mortal Kombat?
I didn't, other than I had heard of it. I knew it was, some form of video game, fighting, that kind of thing. But in terms of going after the role, I was the voice of Bananas Gorilla in the Adventures of Richard Scarry. I auditioned for a couple of the Marvel things, and I knew the Marvel universe. There is a misnomer out there. I played Banshee in a live action Fox movie of the week back in '95, right around this time, but I didn't voice Banshee on the cartoon. But it's been written that I did, and I didn't. But that's the voiceover world. You just get calls. Mine is usually 40 to 60, raspy, that kind of. So you just get that call and go in and do as you're directed, I guess.
And I suppose Jeremy, Lord Mercenary, him on his soul, Luke Perry was who played Sub-Zero, was formerly an actor in Beverly Hills 90210, was the character that voiced character Sub-Zero, who was your main sort of ally come foe in that episode of Mortal Kombat. In terms of that voiceover session that you had there, did you do many sort of sessions with Luke Perry for that sort of episode, or were you brought in at different times, or did you come across each other at all?
It's funny you say that now, because